would like to start off today by reading a letter that was sent in to a local news station by a concerned mother of a child who was being bullied. Dear newscaster, my son has been verbally bullied for the past 2 years, and it has now become extremely violent. I have been to the school and shared my complaints with the principal in charge of discipline multiple times. The school officials stated that boys will be boys and sent me on my way. My son now refuses to tell me when he has been beaten or verbally abused because he is terrified of the retaliation. My most worst fear in the world is that my son will become a news headline, not for his great scientific accomplishments, but rather his early departure from this world. Thank you for hearing the cries of my son and myself. Imagine having to be this parent. Imagine how heartbreaking this would be. I don't have to imagine because I am that mother. This was my letter. This was my cry for help. Bullying has become a worldwide epidemic that must be addressed and resolved because our children are the ones at stake. This is why I would like to inform you today of what stems bullying, signs and effects of abuse, and solutions to eradicating bullying. Much of the information I'm going to share with you today came from a very informative website called bullyingstatistics.org. There are various reasons why children bully their peers. A child possibly might be genetically predisposed to bullying, but most studies show that this is not the case. According to studies, children that are raised in abusive families are more likely to be abusive themselves, regardless if it's verbal or physical abuse. A child's environment, whether it's at home or school, is an area that must consist of boundaries and consequences. Social rejection, academic failure, jealousy, and envy are also reasons why children bully their peers. Children at this age lack the personal and social skills necessary to deal with their feelings, which result in this negative behavior. Some children also bully because they themselves have been bullied. They start to present an annoying, condescending, and sometimes aggressive mechanism to get this retribution. We must also make sure that our children are not becoming bullies as well as not becoming victims. A few warning signs to be aware of that are evident in victims are depression. Depression consists of low self-esteem, withdrawing from activities, anxiety, physical illness, and high absences from school. Additional signs are engaging in very risky, dangerous activities, and also gaining an interest in talking about dying. If any of these signs are evident in your children or grandchildren, you must take action immediately. There are resources through the children's school as well as throughout the community that are available to repair the damage that has been done by bullying. Please make every effort to keep the communications lines open between you and your children and grandchildren, and constantly inquire about their daily life outside the home. Without this, the consequences can be disastrous. The effects of bullying can range from mild to severe, depending on the victim's state of mind and family support. One effect on a victim of verbal bullying is a mental breakdown, and an effect of a victim of physical bullying is the bodily scars that they will carry with them through the rest of their lives. Another effect on victims is academic and social failure. This can be detrimental detrimental to any child, but it severely affects the pubescent-age children, which are our middle school children. This is the age group that we find the third effect of suicide impacting the most. Suicide is the third leading cause of death among young people, resulting in about 4,400 deaths per year. A study in Britain found that at least half of suicides among young people were related to bullying. And according to Yale University, bully victims are 2 to 9 times higher to contemplate suicide than non-victims. So regardless of which country we come from, bullying plays a very large role in our teen suicides. The question at hand is, how do we eradicate this problem that's spreading even here in our own community? Most states in the United States, as well across the world, have passed anti-bullying laws to protect our vulnerable children. In some cases, criminal charges are now being pressed against the attackers. Local school districts, especially here in Texas, are now requiring middle school students to enroll in anti-bullying programs. And it is now implemented as a part of the curriculum. These children are being taught what their harsh words and physical abuse does to their peers. They're being taught how they should treat one another. And they are being taught of where bullying can lead if it does not cease. The number one way to assure that your children and grandchildren stay free of harm is by keeping open lines of communication. Talk to your children and grandchildren daily, and if you see any signs, find the means to repair the damage done, and make sure that this does not continue. You now know what stems bullying, what the signs are, what the effects of bullying can have on a person, and what we can do to stop this new disease. Take action now before it is too late, as it was for these two young men here. This is Asher Brown of Houston. He committed suicide at the age of 13. This is Jared High from Ohio, committed suicide at the age of 13 from bullying. These are only 2 of the thousands of children that have been laid to rest this year due to bullying. I have one last picture that I would like to show you. It is a picture of my son. I took action. I took matters into my own hands. And I made sure that my son would never have to endure the bullying again. I also did this to make sure that I would be able to watch him walk the stage, go to college, and one day have a family of his own. Thank you.